y'all. It's Bethany with the Wandering Purl podcast, and welcome to episode 45. It has been quite a while since I have podcasted. I don't even remember. It's at least been a month. But my life has been kind of crazy and very busy, and I just haven't had any progress to share with you. So, we're going to do that today and just kind of go through a life update, kind of talk about what I've been doing, what's been going on, if I've been knitting anything, yeah, and all that kind of stuff. So we are in a new location, you will see and hopefully recognize, but we are in Indianapolis still, but we moved campsites just a few days ago, and we are so much happier here, but I will talk about that a little bit later when I talk about like life things. But we just had a storm roll through, so everything is wet and it's starting to get a bit muggy. I feel like I'm in the South again. I guess it's probably honestly just east of the Mississippi. You have this really mugginess from the east, and when we were out in the West, where it's a very dry climate, I got used to that dry climate. So acclimating back to the humidity is not as fun as I thought it would be. But let's just dive in and talk about if I've been knitting. So I have been knitting a tiny little bit. Making bags is still taking up most of my time, and I'm really still enjoying doing that and getting to kind of create new bags and things like that. So I haven't done that much knitting, but I have finished one pair of sock, or not one pair. I finished one of a pair. So I have been working on this sock forever. I started it when we moved from Albuquerque to Indianapolis, and that was 2 months ago, and I only finished one sock. I think this is the longest I've ever taken to finish a sock. It's awful. But I was gifted this beautiful yarn from my friend Anne, and it is Knit Knot Studios, and this is in the colorway Sassenach. And I have finished one. This is for Bryan. I didn't even grab a sock blocker because that's how out of practice I am. So I apologize for that. But this is the sock that we have done. I haven't even cast on the second sock yet. Can you hear tweets? He's inside being very, very loud. But I haven't even cast on the second one, but I did finish this one when we were watching, I think we were watching Bridgerton the other night. And I finished this one. I really like how it turned out. I think it's going to be great for Bryan now that it's like, 90 degrees and muggy outside. He'll have a new pair of socks. But I do have my needles ready. This is in one of my yarn cups. This is a design that is different now. This was the first one that I made, and I really hated making it. The pattern was really confusing to me, but I have since made quite a few of these and kind of changed the pattern to my own liking, and I changed a few things about it. It's actually quite different now, but it is the yarn cup by me. But I love this because it just holds the yarn inside, and then you can just like put the other sock inside and the needles in here. I can close it up. There's gonna be somebody driving behind me, looking at me like I'm crazy. And then you just close it up with the drawstring, which the drawstring is a lot different on the ones I am selling. But then it's all nice and contained, and it's like perfect for walking, hiking, road tripping, anything like that. So that's what I'm housing it in. And I will start the second sock eventually. Probably. We'll see how long it takes me to finish this pair of socks. But that is what I have right now. The yarn needs to be cut because Miss Lola has decided that she likes to chew on yarn, and she had this in her mouth last night. So we're gonna fix that later. But that's all the knitting I have literally done. It's half a sock. It's crazy. I've made probably 100 bags since then, though. So I mean, it's a little different. A little. I'm still doing things. It's just not exactly the same. So yeah, that's all the knitting that I have. But I am going to talk a little bit of life talk now. And then I'm going to talk kind of some bag talk and shop update talk and some videos that have come out and videos that will be coming out in just a minute. So let's go ahead and talk family. So I can't believe that it is July, or not family, just like life, but involves family. I hope you have missed my spastic crazy self. Um, but yes, life. So, new campground. We moved here just 2 days ago, and we absolutely love this one so far. Um, the old campground was just not it. Was not there. And this one's a lot nicer. So far we are really enjoying it and are very grateful that we were able to come here. Bryan just found out that he is being extended here. So we will, God willing, be here until at least November, and possibly longer. And we were able to extend at this campground. So that's really awesome. And yeah, so we're really happy to be staying in one place for a little bit longer. Just praying that, they don't do what Albuquerque did and cancel us next week. We'll see what happens. Um, but yeah, that's really was quite a big thing for this week. But a couple of weeks ago, we had family visit. So my sister Sabra, which is actually my husband's sister, but I claim her as my own. They share DNA, but she's my sister. Her and her husband and her 3 kids came up and they visited us for a few days. They are getting ready, or they are actually currently moving to Hawaii. Aaron is in the Army, so they are being stationed over there. And before they left, they came up and visited us, which just meant so much to us. And we had the best like 2.5 days. It was just so fun. They were actually here for Bryan's birthday, which was awesome. It was really special for him. So as long as Saber doesn't mind, I'll be putting in some photos of like the whole weekend that they were here. But it was just so great to get to see them and hug them and love them, and just, yeah, it was just the best. So that was a really big thing for us. And of course, I didn't get any crafting done because we were just hanging out the whole time and sitting around the campfire and doing all of that fun stuff. So they are currently on their trip over to Hawaii. So prayers that they have a good rest of their journey, and that they all make it there safely and happy. They're gonna be so far away, but it's sad. But they're gonna have so many fun adventures, and I'm so excited for them. So that was really really exciting. Then a week ago tomorrow, the 6th, I went to Costco. And I went to a Costco I'd never been to before because it was closer to this campground. And I was like, oh, I'll just go to that one and check it out. It was like 5-10 minutes longer than the other one I was going to. And when I was leaving, I was trying to turn left onto a 4-lane highway. There was a long line of cars that were turning in the lane closest to me. But in that next lane, I didn't see anything coming. So I went to turn, but there was definitely something coming. So I got T-boned in the truck. Picture here of what beautiful truck looked like. And yeah, I was so angry with myself. So incredibly angry because it was just a stupid mistake. It was my fault. And it just, I was really frustrated with myself. I was fine. The other driver was fine. He was sore, understandably. He was an older gentleman and he was sore. And I've been on the receiving end. I've been on the other side of that where someone pulled out and I hit them going about the same speed. And I know how painful that is. So I hate that for him. And it was just so frustrating. So the truck is now in the shop. It protected me 100%. I didn't feel anything at all. Like I wasn't sore at all. I barely felt anything when it hit. So I was very grateful for that, that it protected me that well. I was just so frustrated that I made that error and caused it, and it was my fault. Like, so annoying. And especially since we were moving in, what was it, like 4 days, 5 days after that wreck, we were supposed to be moving here. And we couldn't use our truck to do it. So it actually went to the shop. Oh, what day did it go to the shop? The 1st or 2nd of July. It ended up going to the shop and it's there now. Luckily, insurance, I believe, is going to cover the damages, but we had to find another way to get the camper from that campground to this campground. And we had hired someone who did it like for a living. But then one of the guys that lived in the campground was kind of talking to me about what happened. He wanted to know what happened to the truck because he was like, "Oh my gosh, what happened to that thing?" And they said that they would be willing to move us. So we got to have one of them move us. He did a great job. He moves his camper all the time. And it was cheaper to do it that way than to actually pay the other guy. So it worked out really well, and we were able to move the day that we were planning to instead of today would have actually been the day we would have moved. So it worked out really well. Praise God for that because he just had his hand in all of it. And we were really grateful that it was a very stressful week. Very, very stressful. We were waiting to hear about the extension. We didn't know if we would be moving in a month. We didn't know if we would be extending here. And then the truck thing happened. And then the first place we were going to take the truck to said that it was like 2 months until they could get it back to us. And then they switched us to a different location. And now I'm hoping it'll be a couple weeks. We don't know yet, but it's definitely not. They've already started looking at it. So, I mean, as long as they get the parts and everything, it shouldn't be too terribly long. But right now we have a rental car, which is a Jeep. I don't know what it is, but it has like the truck bed in the back. So that's really strange to drive after you drive that big honky truck of ours. But yeah, it's been a couple weeks of craziness for sure. But God always provides, and he always has a path for us, even if we can't see it at the time. I had to really kind of just put my trust in God a lot and be like, I trust that you have a plan and that you're going to work this out, and I'm not going to stress about it. So I was very lucky that um, I had that faith because it kept me from kind of spiraling, and he provided like he always does. So that was really great. But otherwise, yeah, that's been life. It's been crazy. You guys know we live that crazy life, and we live like if something crazy is gonna happen, it's probably gonna happen to us. So yeah, but it happened for a reason. I don't know what the reason is, but here we are. So I'm just gonna go with it. That's basically all the life stuff that we have. Oh, not true. I was going to tell you what is coming up. So this month is also going to be a crazy month because Felicity is turning 16. My kid is going to be 16. That's wild. She it's so crazy that I'm even old enough to have a child that old. But I feel it. I do. So she is going to be turning 16. We're going to do some fun things to celebrate her. Probably go shopping and spend a lot of money. And then my mom will also be in town that week. So we will have her visiting. So that'll be crazy. So there probably won't be a second podcast this month. I'll probably just come back next in August because her birthday is the 17th. The podcast is supposed to go on the 20th. My mom will be here, and it'll just be crazy. So I wouldn't plan on one, but that's what we have coming up. I'm really excited to celebrate her, and yeah, so crazy. So that's all of life stuff that we have to talk about. Since I have spoken to you last in podcast form, there have been 2 videos that have dropped. That is the sewing vlog, where I kind of go through my update in June and kind of show you how I prep, how I sew in this tiny camper, but it's a big camper, but how I do it and all that crazy stuff. So you can check that out if you're interested in seeing how I make the bags. And the other one was the Hoosier Hills Fiber Festival vlog. I got to go and spend some time with some friends from the 11 Stitches membership at the festival and walk around and see all kinds of fun things, see some llamas. It was just such a fun day. Both those videos are pretty short, I believe under 30 minutes each, and they are just kind of fun. They get different aspects for both of them. So if you haven't checked them out, you might want to go and see what they are all about. Upcoming videos. So I do plan to do a video, which I've been talking about doing for a month, but my life got a little crazy, is doing the from like fabric to complete it bag. I want to do like a process for one bag and show you like all the steps that I take, and how I decide on the fabric and things like that. So I am planning to do that. I don't know when that will be. Maybe I'll try and get it done so it comes out when the next podcast should come out, like around the 20th. But if that is all that you're interested in, if you don't want to hear anything about the bags that I've been making or creating, or about the previous shop update that I just had on July 1st, I will say bye to you now and thank you so much for watching. The rest will kind of just be some chatter about, you know, the bags and sewing and making and things like that. So let's get on to that. Let me see. So I wanted to mention that there are some bags in the shop right now. It is July 5th and the update was on July 1st. I have, as the moment, I have one yarn cup and I have like 3 small buckets, and I think I have 4 large buckets available ready to ship. And then I also have these create your own bag listings, which I show you all the fabric that I have, and then you can pick what kind of fabric you want. And for the bag, I have the large bucket, the small bucket, the yarn cup, the basket, and also the drawstring bags, all available to do that. And you get to kind of create your own bag. You create it and I make it. And yeah, it's really fun. I've had quite a few of you guys order those, and seeing your different styles and how you would put fabrics together that differently than I would, but they turn out so beautiful, has just been really fun. So if you like go to the shop and you're like, I really want a bucket bag, but I don't like the ones that are in there, you can always check out the fabric listed on the custom listings, or you can message me and see if I can find something that you're looking for. So yeah, that is always an option. And the new one right now I just listed is the yarn cup. They are the this is the first couple of days that they've been available for custom order because they were brand new in the July update. Let me see what else. Oh, I wanted to show you another little bag that I have created. It's basically my design, but it is based on the Little Notions 10, or the Little Notions bag that was vinyl that I used to always use and loved so much. I wanted to make one of my own, but I wanted to put a little different spin on it and maybe make it a little bigger. So I did a couple of different things with it. I did a couple of test ones, trying to figure out like what size I wanted. And this is what I came up with. This is called, oh, this one has hair on it because this is mine. But this one is called the Notions pouch. But if you have a clever name for it, I would really like more clever name than the Notions pouch. So let me know because it needs to have a cute name. But this is what I have created. I believe it's 5.5 by 3.5 inches. I'll put on the screen what it is exactly. But mine has the vinyl, so it has on both sides, you can see. It also has a fabric, which I really love that I get to showcase some of the fabrics. I have fabrics where I can match it to a bucket bag or a drawstring bag. It has a awesome ring carabiner, so it goes in like this, and then you can snap it onto the D-rings that I have in all of my bags. And it comes with a zipper, obviously, so you can get in and out. And it's just really fun. I'm really proud of this. I worked hard trying to figure out exactly what I wanted to do with it, how big to make it, and I'm really excited. And this one will hold a pen. It will also hold all of these goodies. So you can see I have a little tin that has stitch markers, my scissors, my tape measure, stitch markers, and also my row counter, and there's room for more in here. So it is tiny but mighty, and I'm really proud of it. I love it so much. I have a few of these also that are currently listed in the shop, but I can also make more if needed, because they're so fun. So that, I think, is all I have really to talk about. Again, I've been making lots and lots of bags. I had over 40 items that just went into the update. So it was a lot. But I was really happy to be able to get that much and kind of create some fun things. And I spent time working on these two designs and trying to make them exactly how I wanted them. And I'm still improving on them. With this one, let me just talk about this real fast. But with this one, I have a handle on the ones that I'm selling, and the handle goes right here. But I'm also thinking of putting a larger circle carabiner on it with a tab so that you can attach it to your bag or attach it to like your belt loop or something like that if you're walking and knitting. So yeah, that is something that's coming up that I'm really excited about. I'm going to be making one next week like that. So we're going to see how it goes. But that's all I have to say today. So thank you guys for watching, for sticking with me with my kind of, crazy, not so, what's the word I want to use? Frequent videos. I've been a little all over the place, but I do appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. It is the 20th. Is that when they come out? See, it's been so long, I can't even remember. I think it is. I don't remember. Anyways, yeah, it's the 20th. Because yes. No? I don't know. My brain is completely lost right now. And I can also make matching sets. There's a car coming by. Hopefully it's not too loud. Hold on.